welcome. How are you doing today? I don't know what's happening in the world right now, but I've had some weird experiences over the past week. In my last video, you and I went on a little adventure. I drove to town to get toothpaste. Oh, it was exciting, wasn't it? And while I was at that Walgreens buying my toothpaste, I decided to just buy new toothbrushes as well. So I looked through the prices and I thought, wow, Walgreens is expensive these days. And I saw a 2-pack of toothbrushes that was marked to be under $4. And when I got rung up, I noticed my total was kind of high, but at the time I just let it go. And when I got home, I looked at my receipt and I saw that 2-pack of toothbrushes was $8.99. I need to get my glasses on because that math ain't mathin'. What? So I tweeted Walgreens and I asked them if they were experiencing some sort of psychosis. Because why would 2 toothbrushes be $9? Anyway, so I was going to return them based on principle, right? I'm not paying $9 for 2 toothbrushes, but I didn't bring them with me today. And I'm not going to go to the Walgreens for anything at all. I'm going to go to the Walmart. Now, earlier this past week, I went to the grocery store. Oh my God, riveting. And I never go to the self-checkout because I like the human interaction of being rung up by a person. I'm lonely. So I'm at the checkout and this lovely young woman is ringing me up and she asked me about my jewelry. And as I'm talking to her, there's a man in line behind me. I didn't see him. I didn't notice he was there. But because of COVID, grocery stores have put up these big plexiglass barriers so that the people in line aren't coughing and spitting all over the cashiers. And it's not like I'm standing there and we're just bullshitting on and on. She's still scanning my items and I haven't been given a total to pay for yet. But this man puts both of his hands up and starts banging on the fucking plastic window thing and shouts come on, hurry up. And I'm not going to shout at you, come on, hurry up, because it's very unpleasant to be yelled at. And I did not even turn to look up at him. And I like to think that I'm the type of person who would have said, excuse me, sir, what's with you kids these days, having no respect or decency? And calling him a kid these days would be funny because he was definitely older than me. But he was a very tall man, and he only entered my peripheral and consciousness by shouting and slapping. And that's a little bit violent. Yeah, thankfully it was just an object. It's not like he was hitting people. But when you're whacking at things in public and hollering at strangers, I don't want to be on your fucking radar. So I did not look at him. I just kept looking at the cashier and I said, I'm sorry. And I left. And then I tweeted the grocery store and told them I'd like to file a complaint about a customer. Now, Friday night after work, I stopped at a 7-Eleven. And it was kind of busy because, everybody gets off work at about the same time and they all go to the 7-Eleven. So I walk in, I get my items, and there's 2 open cash registers. And there's a person at either one of them. I'm next in line behind both of those people. So I stand behind the 2 people, kind of in the middle. A couple more people come in. So you've got 2 people at the register, you've got me in line behind them, and then a line starts to form off this way with a couple other people. And a man walks in the door, and he comes towards me, and he acts like he's gonna turn down one of the aisles, and I thought, oh, I'm in the way. So I move to the side, and he kind of doesn't turn. He just looks at me, and he goes, I think the line's over there. And I said, I was here before the line. And now I have questions. 1, do men not know that they terrify women? Or do they know and they don't fucking care? 2, do people know they're incredibly fucking condescending? Maybe I'm just hypersensitive to this sort of thing because I am very tired of being told that I'm doing everything fucking wrong. All the time. Everything I do is wrong. Did you know that I sweep wrong? I don't know how to sweep correctly. Apparently when I sweep, it's just moving the dirt around. Last weekend, I went to the beach for 2 days and 1 night with a man. And we were walking up these sand dunes, and it was kind of steep, and I was unsure of my footing because it's sand and it moves. And he was going up ahead of me, and because he weighs like twice what I weigh, all of the sand is just giving way to his footsteps. And so I'm carefully following behind him, and he starts telling me that I'm walking on the sand wrong. And he says, you gotta do it sideways, just step in my footprints. Well, you're larger than me, sir, so your footprints are farther apart, and also they are giant holes now, because you stepped in the sand and it gave way under your weight. So I'm trying to do what he's saying, as he's continuing to tell me I'm walking on the sand. I told you, just do it sideways, step in my foot, you're not? And the thing is, I was stepping in his footprints as best I could, but his footprints were not sideways. And he's standing at the top of this sand dune, chastising me for the way I am walking on sand. And I made a video a few months ago that I took down because it was depressing. It was not a good look for me. But in that video, I had talked about my financial situation and how I had saved up a good amount of money to try and fix the situation that I'm in, but I had to spend all that money on auto repairs, and it's gone. And now someone came into my comment section telling me, well, you're not going to believe me, but if you really believe through the power of positivity, all of that money, it'll come back. No, it won't. That's not how money works. And, honestly, it kind of offends my sensibilities that anyone would tell me that the reason I'm broke is just because I got a bad attitude. What a stupid fucking thing to say to a stranger. You come to my channel, you watch my entire video where I'm very vulnerable about my shitty situation and circumstances, and your takeaway was to tell me that I just need to be more positive, and then the money will reappear in my bank account. What the fuck is wrong with people? Anyway, the other day, I was thinking about homestarrunner.com, and oh my gosh, when I was a teenager, I'm giving my age away, oh my god, I'm only 27. When I was a teenager, my friends and I would gather around a desktop computer after school, and we would watch all of the old episodes and wait for a new one to come out of Strong Bad Emails. Do you remember those? If you don't remember those, I'll link some in the description box.
Email, I'm so in love with you, it's kind of inappropriate.
It sent me on this rabbit hole where I was I'm going to just rewatch all of these old videos from the early 2000s webtoon, homestarrunner.com. It was before YouTube was a website, so you had to go to homestarrunner.com to watch these videos. And looking through the comment sections, holy shit, there are a lot of us who watched that shit when we were younger, and it permanently changed and influenced our vocabularies and the way that we speak. And I just felt oh my god, I'm not the only one. I'm not the only person walking around saying I'm a long pants man, long pants, long pants.
I'm a long pants man, long pants, long pants. Long pants, strong bad, the longest pants. Everybody, longest pants. Long pants.
So it did bring me some comfort to watch some of those old Homestar Runner videos, because I'm otherwise not having the best time. Typically I enjoy, our little outings, and I go out into the world, I talk to you, I talk to strangers. But something about this past week, we got overpriced toothbrushes, we got shouty slappy guy at the grocery store, and then we had a condescending man at the gas station. Oh, here's our friends at the retired rodeo animal sanctuary. Hi. Say hello. All right, now say goodbye. Bye. And that's about all I have to say. Are people rude to you in public places? Do you have any tactics for handling those situations? Do you also sweep wrong? Do you know how to walk on sand? Tell me about it. I want to thank you for listening. I feel like forgiveness is very important, so I want you to forgive yourself for the time that you have wasted watching this video, and have a good day. And one last thing. Look what I just bought. Isn't that exciting? It's Bastrop-opoly, the game. Ages 8 and up, 2 to 6 players. I don't live in Bastrop. I just think it's fun that they got their own game. But it was only a matter of time, In this past year, Bastrop finally got their own hospital. Babies can be born here now.